Welcome to Crypto Daily, your daily crypto news podcast. My name is Dustin Knaus, and be sure to follow the show wherever you listen to podcasts. And please, leave a review on Apple Podcasts. Well, it's good news for everyone in the crypto world. After the threat of a possible government shutdown was narrowly avoided, we're already seeing an uptick across all markets. We still aren't as high as we were a month ago, which isn't too far off from our all-time peak in May. Continuing the good news, though, Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal Reserve, has come out and stated that the U.S. will not be following in the footsteps of China and banning cryptocurrencies. He does, however, feel certain stablecoins should be regulated. Of course, the fear of another ban comes after the massive sell-off from China banning cryptocurrency. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that even though there's fewer buyers on the market, it also means fewer miners. And having been to China many times, my guess is that there were more miners than there were investors. I think in the end, it'll be better for us once the next bull run hits. I also wanted to address regulations. A lot of people out there seem to be afraid of them, but honestly, it adds legitimacy to our space. I really believe in blockchain technology, which actually provides far more transparency than cash since, every transaction is tracked. I welcome regulation and believe it'll help more skeptics adopt it. Speaking of adoption, I'm sure you know El Salvador is the first country to adopt Bitcoin as a national currency. They've also done something else that's a bit unique. They've begun mining Bitcoin using energy generated from volcanoes. El Salvador's president posted a highly produced Twitter video showing off their rig. It's made of ASIC miners inside of shipping containers. There's a link to the video in show notes. I do want to be clear, though. Geothermal mining is something that we've seen before. It's been used in Iceland since the beginning. And honestly, I'm glad to see El Salvador adopting this. The cleaner the energy, the better it is for all of us. Another country had big news that you should know about. Iran has lifted its 3-month ban on mining in the country. Miners there are required to be licensed, but it's not due to concerns over illegal activity. Iran's ban and regulation comes over concerns of the stability of their electrical grid. Having an unusually hot summer put a large strain on it. Now, underground mining did happen during the ban. In fact, they say about 85% of mining there is still considered illegal. Anyway, on a more local level, residents of Cool Valley should be very excited. The mayor of this Missouri town is planning to give away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to every household. I wanted to share a nice quote with you from the mayor on his thoughts of Bitcoin. It's given me a new way of thinking about humanity in the future. It's given me hope and optimism that we can overcome some of the worst parts of the systems that we're born into and actually create a future exactly how we want it to be. There's a certain level of hope and optimism that I get from Bitcoin. That's actually really beautiful. Cool Valley has about 1,500 residents in it, and I highly suggest to every one of them, hold on for dear life. I feel there's a big run coming this year, and that money could mature to be much more than you are given. In fact, one analyst who's nailed Bitcoin's monthly close for the last 2 months expects Bitcoin to be $63,000 by the end of this month. If true, that puts Bitcoin back where it was at its peak. Now, to use a cliche, a rising tide lifts all boats. And I'll be honest with you, although I do own Bitcoin, I own a lot more Ethereum, as well as other altcoins and meme coin. We're still at a point where everything is connected, and we have yet to see very many coins break free of the Bitcoin trend. So I'm hopeful, and we honestly all should be rooting for Bitcoin. It's still the gold standard of crypto. And that also brings me to my next story. Another member of the U.S. government believes in crypto. Representative Madison Cawthorn from North Carolina tweeted out that he believes that we should adopt crypto as the new gold standard. Unfortunately, his tweet didn't go over so well. Multiple news outlets have ripped him apart, as well as most of the Twitter world. Of course, the U.S. completely abandoned gold standard in the 70s. But I don't think we will have much choice in the future. Cryptocurrency will surely evolve in the future. Bitcoin might just be the Friendster of crypto, and something bigger and better may come along that we would just adopt internationally. Ultimately, though, that thought does scare big banks. They've been preying on people for years. I mean, let's face it. They take the money from our savings account, lend it to people for 20% APR, and often give us back 1% or less. A savings account is honestly the worst thing that you can do with your money. Thanks to inflation, you're guaranteed to lose by just letting your money sit in savings. The current banking system is bad for the common person. It was only a matter of time that a solution came along to cut them out and let the average person get what's actually theirs. And we're seeing that with staking, which can give you returns as much as 15% a year, although the average tends to be around 5%. Anyway, back to the point. I don't think we will have a choice about crypto being a standard. Its adoption is growing by leaps and bounds, and you can either be an early adopter or be late to the party. Right now, there's still plenty of room to invest. And for those that are worried about the volatility, well, look at Forex. I've played with investing there, and all currency is pretty damn volatile. The changes also occur just about as fast as crypto does. Okay, rant over. Speaking of staking though, if you are a user of the popular DeFi staking protocol Compound, you may have found an unexpected surprise. Due to a bug in the update, Compound accidentally gave away about $90 million to its users. They are asking the users to give the money back, but they're being a little generous. They're allowing users to keep 10%. On the other hand, they have threatened that those who choose not to give the money back, well, they're going to report it to the IRS as income, which could have large tax implications for those who choose to hang on to it. I want to switch topics now from currencies over to the NFT world. Digital art is booming, as you all know. Last Thursday, KB24 NFT team announced the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation is allowing them to make a series of tokens that honors the late Kobe Bryant. All proceeds from the initial drop will be going to the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization dedicated to creating positive impact for underserved athletes and young women in sports. The tokens will go on sale to the public Friday, October 8th. Honestly, I imagine they're going to go pretty quick. And they might even give CryptoPunks a run for their money. The auction platform Nifty Gateway is under fire as they are being sued by an art collective over the way that their auctions run. The collector recently bid on an art piece and lost. He came to find out that he was still charged, as were the other top 100 bidders. They all received a copy of the token at their bid price. Now, this would be the equivalent to a second or third printing in the art world. But of course, an original is always worth way more. The collector didn't find this practice very fair. He doesn't think the 99th bidder on the list should get basically the same thing as him, only for far, far less. So he refused to pay. As a result, Nifty Gateway froze the collector's account and blocked access to all 100 of his NFTs. Tough move in a world where things move fast. So we'll see how this plays out in courts, and I'll keep you updated. The virtual real estate business is also booming. The platform Next Earth has seen demand for real estate in Vatican City, where tiles sell for about 42 Binance coins, or BUSD. In the metaverse that is Next Earth, tiles start selling at about 1 BUSD, which is roughly $1. I popped on today to take a look, and there's still a lot of open real estate there to claim. I do have to say, though, it doesn't seem very user-friendly, and it's a bit of a pain to navigate their website. It's really easy to accidentally select the wrong square in an area that you really didn't mean to. If you're interested in signing up for our upcoming newsletter, please go to cryptodailyshow.com. There, you can also find links to where you can follow me on social media. I wanted to thank you for joining me today, and please follow our show wherever you listen to podcasts, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. If you get your podcast on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment there. I'm Dustin Canals, and thank you again.